guys, I'm Jeremy Morales. I'm running the Skip Barber National Championship Series. I'm here to represent Long Island. We're going to do our best.
Right on, brother.
Take care.
How you doing? I'm George from QX Television.
Right,
and I'm here with
Rick Roso, right here.
All right, Rick.
Skip Barber Racing. I've been with Skip Barber for, gosh, almost 18 years. And to describe a little bit about the Skip Barber ethos, the school was started by Skip Barber, a F1 racer back in the mid-70s, because it was something that he was hoping to do between rides. Well, it turns out I never got that other ride, and the school worked out. And a year after he started the racing school, he thought, geez, maybe I can make a race series where all the cars are equal. Skip was a driver. This is an important part of the ethos. Skip was a driver, very, very good, but never had the best equipment. It was always a question to him, boy, if I had a car as good as that guy or that guy, I'd be as quick. And oftentimes, he was even as quick as them in the lesser machinery. He loved the notion of equal cars, let the drivers determine who's going to win the race, not who has the most money, not who has the best motor, not who has the engineer that's a brilliant engineer. And he started that series in 1976. What you're seeing here is the culmination of that ethos. We run 5 different auto racing championships all on these cars. 4 are professional, or I'm sorry, 4 are amateur series. This one is the professional series called the B.F. Goodrich Skip Barber National, presented by Mazda. And in fact, the champion of the series wins about $350,000,
wow,
which is a full ride in the following season's Star Mazda Pro Series. And that step takes you into the Mazda Atlantic Championship, and that step takes you into Champ Car, IRL, what have you. So this series is a collection of drivers aged 13 to, let's say, 25 years old. That's sort of the average customer of the driver who wants to climb the professional ladder, wants to be a pro driver. We also have a Masters division for drivers over the age of 40, and a lot of those guys are often as quick as the younger kids. So there's 2 different championships. The main one, of course, is the main one, but we do recognize a Masters champion. These cars are really cool. They handle well, they brake well. They're not the most sophisticated, but if they were, we'd have to charge 3 times the money that we charge, and we don't. So it's got a 2-liter motor making 150 horsepower, 5-speed sequential gearbox, B.F. Goodrich racing slicks. It's a great car to learn and develop and be prepared for that next level of racing, which in this milieu these days is the Star Mazda Championship. So drivers who have won in this series, won either titles or races, include Marco Andretti, who's now a star in IRL, Scott Speed, who was in F1, unfortunately not today as of this moment. Benefit of a series like this and a school like this is the constant coaching. I mean, even during our races, we have coaches at every important corner. You come back in from a race, you're getting feedback from guys that have been racing 15, 20, 30 years, guys that have won championships. So it's not just one, like many drivers in professional racing will have their own personal coach. And they have benefits, and they're paid good money to do that. But the best they can do is stand at one corner, maybe 2, during any given session. Any Skip Barber customer, whether you're just there to do the 3-day or you're on the ladder to success in the series, you're getting feedback from 5, 10, sometimes a dozen different coaches telling you how to be better, how to be faster, how to be the best race car driver you can be. So people take advantage of that. It's a good series.
Well, plus there's drivers here, professional drivers here also that can help them out also, that watch the race, and they can also...
Well, exactly. I mean, not half, this year about 35% of our instructors and coaches are actually racing currently full-time. And that mix stands about the same in any given year, but even the coaches that aren't driving now, you know, they drove successfully for many, many, many years, and we always try to get coaches and instructors that are familiar with the tracks that we're at, so we take advantage of that whole database of information. So, you know, we've been doing this so long that we know we do the best we can to provide the most value so that drivers are getting the most they can and have the best chance of succeeding.
How much does it cost to become a student in Skip
The 3-day racing school is $3,995. You can do it in either an open wheel formula car similar to these, not quite the same, but similar, or you can do it in an MX-5 Mazda, a Miata. So it's the same curriculum, one done in basically a sports car, the other done in the traditional open wheel formula car. But the same techniques are taught, the same basic fundamentals that will make you a better driver as you climb the ladder.
Suppose a student crashes a car. How does that work?
In the 3-day school, I think you have a minimum crash damage liability. It's pretty nominal. And you can actually buy your way out of that with basically an insurance policy. You spend, I believe, $100 a day for the 3-day, and that does alleviate you from any crash damage. It's very rare to have crash damage in a 3-day school. It does happen occasionally, but it's a pretty rare event. What you're looking at here is, this is a typical what we call a space frame chassis. So it's tubular steel welded in a design configuration to be as light as possible, yet to be as strong as possible.
And about how much lateral G-force can this car handle?
Gosh, it can generate 1.5, 1.6 G. That's more tire dependent. Next year we may be going to a grippier tire, so we may see, you know, numbers higher than that. I mean, what makes a race car so different than a street car, even the most sophisticated street car, is the ability to corner and to brake. Even a car like this, which is only 150 horse, but the car only weighs 1,100 pounds, and you've got a lot of tire, what we call a lot of tire as compared to the car weight, so there's a lot of grip. So how well one of these cars brakes and corners is phenomenal.
Thank you very much, Rick.
Very good, George. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.